Anna liked winter, but she did not like being alone. She was 23 years old and worked at a small bakery near the train station. Every morning, she left her apartment before the sun came up. She put on her thick coat, wrapped a scarf around her neck, and walked through the cold streets while most people were still asleep. At the bakery, the air was warm and smelled of bread, coffee, and butter. Anna liked that part of her day. She liked the sound of trays in the kitchen, the soft light in the front window, and the first customers who came in with sleepy faces and cold hands. But when work ended and she walked home in the evening, the city felt quiet in a different way. She had moved to the city 6 months earlier. It was not a very large city, but it was much bigger than the town where she had grown up. Back home, people knew each other. Neighbors talked over fences. Her mother often sent food next door, and someone always waved when Anna passed by. Here, people were polite, but they were busy. They looked at phones, hurried to buses, and closed their doors quickly at night. Anna missed talking to someone at the end of the day. One cold afternoon, it began to snow. At first, it was only a few small flakes. Then the wind changed, and soon the streets were covered in white. People walked faster, heads down, trying to get home before the snow became too heavy. Anna finished work, said goodbye to her manager, and pulled her coat tighter around herself. Instead of taking the bus, she decided to walk a little through the park near her apartment. The snow made the trees look soft and quiet. The benches were white, and the path was almost empty. As she walked, she noticed something on one of the benches. It was a scarf. It was bright blue, almost the color of the evening sky before dark. It lay in a small circle on the bench, already dusted with snow. Anna stopped and looked around. No one was nearby. She picked it up. It was soft and warm, as if someone had been wearing it only a few minutes earlier. She waited for a moment, thinking someone might come back. But the park stayed quiet. Anna looked at the scarf in her hands. "Someone will miss this," she said softly. She almost took it to the police station, but it was getting dark, and the station was not close. So she carried it home, thinking she would bring it back to the park the next day in case the owner returned. That night, the blue scarf lay on the chair beside her bed. In the morning, Anna went to work as usual. At the bakery, she kept thinking about the scarf. When her shift ended, she took it with her to the park. The snow from the night before was still on the ground, but the sky was clear and pale. A few people were walking dogs or pushing strollers. Children were throwing snowballs near the fountain. Anna stood near the bench where she had found the scarf. For a while, nothing happened. Then she saw an old woman sitting on another bench not far away. The woman wore a dark coat, brown gloves, and a pale purple scarf around her neck. Her white hair showed under a small knitted hat. She was looking around slowly, as if she had lost something. Anna hesitated, then walked closer. "Excuse me," she said gently. "Did you lose a scarf?" The old woman looked up, surprised. "A blue one?" Anna asked. The woman's eyes grew wide. "Yes," she said. "Yes, I did." Anna held it out. The woman reached for it with both hands. "Oh, thank you. Thank you so much." She smiled in relief. "I thought it was gone forever." Anna smiled too. "I found it on a bench yesterday." The woman touched the scarf carefully, almost like it was something more than cloth. "This scarf was my daughter's," she said quietly. "She gave it to me many years ago." Anna did not know what to say at first. The old woman noticed and smiled gently. "My name is Mrs. Harris," she said. "Anna. It's nice to meet you, Anna. You have been very kind." Anna sat down at the end of the bench. "It's a beautiful scarf," she said. Mrs. Harris looked at it again. "Yes," she said. She always liked this color. The wind moved softly through the trees. Somewhere nearby, a child laughed. Anna looked at Mrs. Harris and asked, "Does your daughter live here too?" For a moment, the old woman did not answer. Then she said, "No. She died 3 years ago." Anna felt a small pain in her chest. "I'm sorry," she said. Mrs. Harris nodded. "Thank you. She was very kind. She laughed a lot. Every winter, she reminded me to wear something bright. She said winter was too gray, so people should carry a little color with them." She smiled faintly and touched the scarf again. Anna looked down at her hands. "My mother also likes to make people feel warm," she said. "She always tells me to eat more soup and wear thicker socks." Mrs. Harris laughed softly. "Then your mother sounds wise." Anna laughed too. They sat together for a while and watched people pass by. When Mrs. Harris finally stood up, she said, "I usually come here every Tuesday and Friday. If you ever see me again, please come say hello." "I will," Anna said. And she did. The next Friday, Anna saw Mrs. Harris again in the park, wearing the blue scarf. She sat beside her for a few minutes. They talked about the weather, the bakery, and the way children never seemed to feel cold. The week after that, Mrs. Harris brought 2 paper cups of tea and offered one to Anna. Soon, sitting together in the park became part of Anna's week. Sometimes they talked about small things. Sometimes Mrs. Harris spoke about her daughter, how she had loved music, how she had once painted her room blue, how she had laughed so loudly in the kitchen that the whole house seemed to move. Anna listened. She did not always know what to say, but Mrs. Harris seemed glad just to tell the stories. In return, Anna spoke about her work at the bakery, her parents in the small town, and how lonely the city sometimes felt. Mrs. Harris nodded as if she understood. "Cities can be strange," she said one day. "So many people, and still so much loneliness." Anna looked at the frozen lake in front of them. "Yes," she said. "That's exactly how it feels." Mrs. Harris held her paper cup in both hands. "But sometimes," she added, "all it takes is one familiar face." Anna smiled. As winter slowly passed, the snow melted. Small green leaves appeared on the trees, and the days grew longer. One afternoon in early spring, Anna arrived at the park and found Mrs. Harris sitting quietly, looking tired. "Are you all right?" Anna asked. Mrs. Harris smiled, but it was a weak smile. "I'm a little unwell these days," she said. "The doctor says I should stay home and rest more." Anna sat beside her. "Then maybe you shouldn't come to the park." Mrs. Harris looked at her with kind eyes. "Perhaps, but if I stay home all the time, the rooms begin to feel too quiet." Anna thought for a moment. Then she said, "Would you like me to visit you sometimes?" Mrs. Harris looked surprised. "Only if you want," Anna added quickly. The old woman smiled. "I would like that very much." So Anna began visiting her. Mrs. Harris lived in a small apartment above a flower shop. The stairs were narrow, and the walls smelled faintly of old wood and tea. Anna visited after work once or twice a week. Sometimes she brought warm bread from the bakery. Sometimes she brought small cakes that were left at the end of the day. They drank tea and looked out the window at the street below. There were photographs in Mrs. Harris's apartment, her daughter as a little girl, then as a young woman. In one picture, she was standing by the sea, her hair blowing in the wind, smiling at the camera with the blue scarf around her neck. "She was 26 in that picture," Mrs. Harris said. "She looks happy," Anna said. "She was," Mrs. Harris replied. "She loved the sea." Sometimes Mrs. Harris looked at the picture for a long time. Anna never hurried her. As the weeks passed, Anna realized something had changed. She still worked at the bakery. She still lived alone. But the city did not feel as empty as before. Now there was someone who asked how her day had been. Someone who noticed if she looked tired. Someone who said, "Come in, dear," when Anna knocked on the door. One rainy afternoon, Anna brought a small loaf of fresh bread and found Mrs. Harris sitting by the window. "You look sad today, Mrs." Harris said at once. Anna set the bread on the table and sighed. "I got a letter from home," she said. "My parents say my father's back hurts again. My mother is worried. I wish I could help." Mrs. Harris listened quietly. Anna looked down at her hands. "Sometimes I wonder if I should go back. Do you want to?" Mrs. Harris asked. Anna thought carefully. "I miss them," she said. "But I don't think I want to leave my work. Or this city." Mrs. Harris nodded. "Missing people does not always mean you must leave everything," she said. "Sometimes love stretches across distance. It hurts a little, but it still holds." Anna was quiet. Then she smiled and said, "You always know how to say the right thing." Mrs. Harris laughed softly. "That is because I am old, and old people are full of sentences." Anna laughed too. By summer, Mrs. Harris was stronger again. They returned to their bench in the park, though now the trees were green and children ran through the grass. One Tuesday, Anna arrived with a small box. "What's this?" Mrs. Harris asked. "A present," Anna said. Mrs. Harris opened it carefully. Inside was a new scarf. It was not exactly the same as the old one, but it was a lovely blue, bright and clear. Mrs. Harris touched it with surprise. "Oh, Anna, I saw it in a shop window," Anna said, "and I thought of you." Mrs. Harris's eyes filled with tears. "It's beautiful," she said. "Thank you." She held the new scarf in her lap beside the old one. "Now," Anna said with a smile, "you can carry even more color into winter." Mrs. Harris laughed through her tears. "Yes," she said, "my daughter would like that." When autumn came again, Anna realized almost a full year had passed since she had found the blue scarf on the bench. The air was cooler now. Leaves blew across the paths. The bakery windows were full of bread and warm light. One evening, as Anna walked home, she passed the same bench where she had first found the scarf. She stopped for a moment and looked at it. If she had not noticed that bright blue color against the snow, if she had not picked it up, if she had hurried home without thinking, her life would be different now. She smiled and touched the scarf around her own neck. Sometimes, she thought, friendship begins in very small ways. A lost thing, a kind question, a few minutes on a bench. Sometimes that is enough. And when she reached home that evening, the city no longer felt like a place full of strangers. It felt quietly and warmly like a place where someone was waiting for her.